Yes, good evening, students. So today we are going to start a fresh new chapter. That is the chapter number 5. Okay, which deals about the dictionaries and then the files. Okay. So before going to this particular concept deeply, okay. So what are all the contents that will be seeing in this particular chapter? Okay, you need to understand that. Okay, so we will be looking into this. That is, first of all, dictionaries. We will be having a look in what do you mean by the dictionaries, and then how we are going to declare the dictionaries, and then what are all the different types of the operations that we are able to perform on the dictionaries. We will be looking into this in this particular chapter, and then what are all the different types of the built-in methods that is going to be used in the dictionaries. We will be having a look into that. And then the most important thing, because already you have studied about the list and then the tuples. Okay, so now in the final chapter, okay, it is mandatory that you need to study about what is the difference between the list, the tuples, and then the dictionaries. Okay, and then we will be looking into this, that is regarding the files. Okay, so introduction about the files, we will be having a look into that. Then what are all the different types of the files, and then how we can able to access the files, file permissions and all, read, write, okay, and then the append, all those things and all, we will be having a look in this particular chapter number 5. And then the last concept of the chapter number 5, that will be exception, error handling. Okay, so these are all the overall view. Overall, that is what are all the topics that you want to, that you should learn, okay, in the chapter number 5. Now we will study those topics one by one now. Okay, so here, first of all, you need to understand what do you mean by the dictionaries, right? Probably you have heard this word, right? This dictionary, you have heard this dictionary word, where you have heard this dictionary word, okay, when you will be trying to use the dictionary. Okay, so here what you need to understand means, here in this dictionaries, okay, first of all you need to understand, okay, so why the dictionaries are going to be used. Okay, so here dictionaries are going to be used, okay, to store the values, okay, to store the data values. Okay, we are going to go for the dictionaries, like how in the English, okay, you used to refer the dictionaries in order to get the meaning of a particular word. Okay, so similarly, okay, in Python, the dictionaries are going to be used to store the values, okay, to store the different kinds of the data types values. Now the question arises here is that how actually the values are going to be stored in the dictionaries, right? Because in tuple also we are going to store the values, in list also we are going to store the values. Okay, so what makes the difference between the list, tuple, and then the dictionaries? Okay, so in the dictionaries we are going to store the values. Okay, that is, here you can notice that we will be using, that is key colon value pairs. Okay, so that's what we will be having a look into, that key colon and then the value pairs here. Now the question arises here is that what do you mean by the key? Okay, and what do you mean by the value? Okay, so key is nothing but that is the variable name. In generally I am telling you about that, so that you need not have a confusion that what is that key, sir. Okay, so key is nothing but what? It is the normal variable name. For example, here name, roll number. Okay, so those are all becomes the, what is that, the key. Okay, and then here value. Okay, so here you can notice that here, that is the value. Okay, so what is that value means? What kind of a value you are going to specify to that particular key. Okay, so all in dictionaries we are going to specify, okay, we are going to store the data in the form of a key colon value pairs. The example for that means, that is name is what is the key, colon, and then my name is Kartik. Okay, so that's why here name colon Kartik. Okay, so this is how we are going to specify it. Okay, so dictionaries are nothing but a what? These are nothing but, okay, we are going to store the values, okay, in the form of what? In the form of, that is key colon value pairs. Okay, and then now the next important thing what you need to understand about the dictionary here is that whether the dictionary is ordered one or a unordered one. The next question that what you need to understand here, or the next concept what you need to understand here, whether the dictionary it is a collection of an ordered elements or a that is the not ordered elements. So as of here, the Python version 3.7, okay, so the dictionaries are going to be specified as an order, okay, but in the before, that is in Python 3.6, okay, and earlier the dictionaries are going to be regarded as the unordered. Now some of the students will be having a doubt that what do you mean by the ordered and what do you mean by the unordered. Okay, so here ordered means, okay, the elements however that you are going to specify, okay, it will be in the same order and you can access the element with the help of the index number, whereas in the unordered, okay, whereas in the unordered you are not supposed to, okay, so you will not be accessing the elements with the help of the index number. Unordered means, as the name itself indicates, okay, that is the elements are not in the form of a orderly manner, okay, so the elements will be in the form of a random manner, okay, so that is what is this unordered. Okay, now we'll see how actually the dictionaries are going to be declared and then what is the syntax for declaring the dictionaries. Okay, so here in this particular slide, okay, you can notice here that is the dictionaries are going to be specified with the help of the curly brackets itself. Okay, so with the help of the curly brackets we are going to specify the dictionaries. Okay, and see here, now you will be clearly getting the concept, right? Tuples are going to be declared in the round brackets, okay, whereas the lists are going to be specified in the square bracket, but whereas the dictionaries are going to be specified in the curly brackets. Okay, so how we can differentiate between the list, dictionaries and the tuples? This is what is the one way, okay, you can easily identify by looking at the brackets. If it is a curly brackets, yes, then you can tell it as a dictionaries. Okay, if it is a round bracket, then you can clearly specify it as a, that is the tuple. Okay, then if it is a square bracket, then you need to specify it as a list. Now we'll see how actually the dictionaries are going to be declared. What is the syntax for declaring the dictionaries? So here this dict, okay, here in this particular slide I have used this dict. What is this dict? This dict is nothing but the dictionary name, and then this dictionary name is gonna be regarded as the user defined. What do you mean by the user defined? Okay, user defined means user is going to specify the name for it. Okay, so that's why here this dict means here in this particular example I have given it as this dict. You can specify, since you all are belongs to the ECEC section, okay, so you can specify it as that is ECC, okay, equal to, so here this dict equal to here, and then here I will be specifying the curly brackets. Okay, and then here you can notice that here I will be using the brand I have used here. What do you mean by this? Okay, so brand is going to be termed as, that is the keys here. So brand, model, and then the year. Okay, so these are all the keys, okay, which are being specified in this particular, that is this dict dictionary. Okay, so and then what are the values that I will be assigning in this example? Means you can notice that fold. Okay, I'm considering the car example here. Okay, so that's why here brand, that is the fold, and then what is the model? Means the model I will be choosing it as a Mustang, and then in which year this model came into existence into the market. Okay, that is in the year 1964. So when I will be printing, okay, that is print dictionary name. Okay, so you can notice here that you will be getting the output as, okay, now what is the difference in the output of dictionaries, and what is the difference in the output of the tuples, and what is the difference in the output of the list? Okay, you need to clearly understand that. Okay, so what will be the difference? Means here the even the key and as well as the value will be given as an output in what? In the dictionaries. Okay, whereas in the tuples and whereas in the list we usually used to get only the values, right? Okay, so we usually used to get only the values. Okay, so that's why the dictionaries play a very important role. Okay, so here if you want the output as a key and then the values, okay, so at that time we are going to go for the dictionaries, right? Now you clearly understood what do you mean by the dictionaries, and then you clearly understood the theoretical example. Okay, and now it is a mandatory that you need to go for the practical implementation. Okay, so here now what we will do means we will be practically, okay, creating the dictionaries here. Okay, now you can notice that I will be taking an example of a, that is our college, that is Adi Shankara. I will be taking an example. Okay, so here I will be specifying Adi Shankara as the dictionary name. Okay, and then here equal to, and then I will be using the curly braces. That is what is very important thing whenever you are going to specify the dictionaries. Okay, so curly braces are very important. Okay, and then here I will be specifying the key here. Okay, what is the key that I am going to specify here means I will be specifying here name. Okay, so here name I will be specifying, and then I will be using here the colon. Okay, and then in double quotation I am going to specify the value for it. Okay, so what is the value that I am going to specify means I am going to specify the CR of the ECC section. Who is that? The CR of the ECC section, you all students know that. Okay, so here Rajendra I am going to specify it. Okay, so here I'm going to specify here the Rajendra, then here the comma. Okay, and then I will be specifying here that is roll number. Okay, roll number and then colon. Okay, here then I will be specifying it as a 10. Okay, so don't ask me that sir, Rajendra roll number is not a 10 sir. Okay, just an example I have taken. Okay, so here now, yeah, you clearly got to know that what I did here, that is, this is the Adi Shankara is nothing but what is that? The dictionary name, and then I will be using that is the curly braces, and then here name, okay, is nothing but a key, and then here colon. Okay, and then here I will be specifying the values, that is the Rajendra. Okay, and then now see here, yes, there is no error at all. Okay, so you can clearly notice that there is no error at all. If you have used what type of errors you will be getting while creating the dictionaries means because some of the students might use that is round bracket or then the square bracket, because you will be familiar with using the round bracket and then the square bracket. At that time, okay, you will be getting an error. Now what I will be doing, I will be just printing here. Okay, so here I will be printing that is the Adi Shankara. Okay, so here when I will be printing that is the Adi Shankara. Okay, so here you can notice in this output that is the key is also being depicted as an output here. That is the key is name is also being depicted, and then the value is Rajendra is also being depicted, and then the roll number and then the value. Okay, so this is how we are going to create a dictionaries. Okay, so what is the syntax for creating the dictionaries means dictionary name equal to, and then here the flower bracket, then key colon, then the values. Okay, so this is what is the syntax for creating the dictionaries. Okay, now we will be looking into this the further important concepts. Okay, that is we will be having a look into that. Okay, so now you clearly understood how we are going to create a dictionaries. Okay, now we should see that, okay, how the items in the dictionaries, okay, are going to be accessed. Okay, how can I access the items that are going to be present in the dictionaries? Okay, and then the items in the dictionaries are ordered, changeable. Okay, and then one more important thing what you need to understand about the dictionary here is that the dictionaries are, okay, it does not allow us the duplicate elements. It does not allow the duplicates here. Now what do you mean by that? Okay, so what do you mean by that the dictionaries does not allow the duplicates means? Okay, so suppose if you going to specify the same key and then the different values. Okay, so what will happen to the dictionaries and all? Okay, now you can clearly notice it in the practical implementation that, okay, what will happen if we do the duplication? Okay, so you can notice that here. Yes, now what I will be doing means I will be creating here, that is, you can notice in this example that I have created the Adi Shankara dictionary, name Rajendra, roll number 10. One more time I will be specifying the roll number. Okay, it means that I'm going to create one more, right, one more key value I'm going to create, which is nothing but a duplicate. Okay, and then here I will be specifying here the colon, and then the different values I will be specifying here, that is 20 I will be specifying. Please try to note down the output of this okay particular example. Why means, because here in this particular example, okay, in this Adi Shankara dictionary, okay, I have used, okay, the two, okay, that is roll number, I have used it twice. Okay, and then the values I have specified it differently. In the beginning here you can notice that I have specified it as a 10. Okay, and then later I have specified it as a 20. Okay, now what is very important thing here is that what value, okay, does the dictionary is going to be taking, whether it will take the value 10 or whether it will take the value 20. Now the question is all about whether the Rajendra's roll number will be, that is 10, or the Rajendra's roll number will be, that is 20. Okay, so now see here, now when I will be printing, okay, you will be clearly getting the idea. Okay, that is here you can notice that. Okay, so when I will be printing here, okay, you can clearly notice that is the roll number value, okay, is being updated to what, 20. See, you have specified the two values, right? You have specified the roll number value as a 10, and then even you have specified the roll number value as a 20. Okay, why actually in the output, okay, now the roll number value is being given as a 20 here. Okay, what you need to understand here in this dictionary here is that dictionaries first of all does not allow us, okay, the duplicate elements. In, if suppose, okay, the user is going to give, okay, the duplicate elements and all, then at that time what value is going to be considered means the recent value, okay, is going to be updated, or the recent values is going to be taken into the consideration. Okay, so here in this example the recent value of the roll number was what, 20. Okay, so that's why here this is the output, you will be getting it as a 20. Okay, so this is what is the dictionaries regarding the duplication of the elements. Okay, so now further we will be looking into the, that is the theoretical concepts. Okay, so we will be having a looking into this, that is how actually we are going to see here. Yes, the dictionary items are going to be ordered, that's what I have already told you. Changeable, yes, we can do the any of the changes for that, and it does not allow the duplicates. Okay, now now only we have seen that, yes, it does not allow the duplicates. Okay, so here now how we can access the dictionary items, right? How we can access the dictionary items? Okay, so I don't want, okay, all the elements of the dictionaries to be given as an output. I want to access only the particular key values. Okay, for example here in the let us consider one example here so that you will be getting a clear cut idea. First of all, you should understand the dictionary items are going to be presented in what, in the key equal key colon, okay, value pair. Okay, now here I will be taking an example, that is this dict. This dict is nothing but the name of the dictionary, and then here equal to, and then I will be using here the flower bracket. Okay, and then brand, model, and then the year, these are going to be termed as, okay, that is key. Okay, key. Okay, and then Ford, Mustang, and then 1964, these are going to be termed as the value. Okay, so how we are going to specify the dictionaries means that is here key colon value. Okay, now what you need to understand means here I will be printing. Okay, that is brand I will be printing, because I want which car brand is that. I don't want which is the model and which is the year. Okay, so here if I want to access only a particular element, okay, only a brand I want to access from the dictionary name, that is this dict. So how can I do that? Okay, so what is the syntax means here? You can notice in this particular slide, that is this dict is what is this, the dictionary name, and then here in the square bracket we are going to specify the key value. Okay, here in this square bracket we are going to specify the key value. So here the key value that I have specified it as a brand. Okay, so that's why you got the output as that is the fold here. Okay, now similarly, okay, we'll look into the practical implementation of how to access the individual key elements, okay, which are going to be present in the dictionaries. Okay, now we will be looking into this, that is the practically implementation. Okay, so that you will be getting a clear cut idea. Okay, now already we had defined, that is the Adi Shankara dictionary. Okay, now what I will be doing is, suppose if I want to access only the roll number here, suppose if I don't want to hear the output, okay, that is name and as well as the roll number, I want only as an output, that is roll number. Okay, so how can I do that? How can I do that means, so here you can notice that here I will be specifying, that is the Adi Shankara. Okay, and then here, okay, in the bracket, okay, so in the bracket I'm going to specify here, already you have noticed. Okay, so here theoretically, okay, you have also noticed that how you are going to specify. Okay, so how you are going to specify in this theoretical, here you can notice that that is the square bracket, and then in the double quotation you are going to specify the key value. Okay, so similarly here, okay, what I will be doing means, you can clearly notice here I have used the square bracket, and then I will be specifying here, okay, that is the name. Okay, here I will be specifying that is the, or if you want roll number means I will be specifying the roll number. Okay, so here now you can notice here, yes. Okay, what you are getting here, error here. Okay, so purposefully I have created one mistake here. Okay, so what is that mistake? Okay, so each and everyone has to know that. Okay, so here, okay, what I did means, you can notice here that here it is going to show you the name error. Okay, so the name error indicates what? The error which is going to be done in while specifying the name itself, right? Okay, so here name, roll number, and it is going to be clearly specifying you what type of error and where the error has occurred, also it will specify you. So here roll number, okay, is not yet being defined, it is being telling. Okay, so here now what mistake that I did here? Okay, so what mistake I did means, so see here, let me show it here the practically. Okay, so here I will be specifying here, that is now, okay, you can notice, yes, you can clearly notice here in this output, yes, now you got 20 right here, you are getting the output as a 20. So before, why you were not getting it as? Okay, because everything was perfectly fine, but only thing what each and every student or each and every programmer will commit a mistake is that he will forget to specify. Okay, that is the double quotation here. Okay, so it is going to be clearly telling you, okay, that the name error, the name roll number is not yet being defined. Okay, so how I can access the dictionary elements means, how I can access means, what is the syntax? Dictionary name, and then here the square bracket, and here we are going to specify the key. Okay, we are not going to specify the value, we are going to specify the key itself. Okay, so this is how we are going to specify, or this is how we are going to access the elements which are going to be present in the dictionaries. Okay, now straight away we will move into the That is the further important concepts, okay, so that you can clearly understand. Okay, now, yes, I will be moving into this. That is, we have already seen, that is whether the dictionaries are ordered or not. Okay, and then dictionaries are going to be written in the, that is, we had already seen that. Okay, and this one we had already seen this particular example, that is how to access the individual key values. Here I am accessing the brand. Okay, okay, that is, you can, that is already being seen. Okay, then, okay, now what we will be having a discussion means, so here we will be having a discussion, that is what are all the different types of the data elements. Okay, so we are going to look into that now. Okay, so already we had seen whether it allows the duplicate elements or not, and then here we had seen, that is this ordered element or not. Okay, so yeah, now what I will be doing you means, let me show you that. Okay, so how to calculate the length of the dictionaries. Okay, so here how we can calculate the length of the dictionaries. Okay, so that's what I will be showing you, right? Yeah, yes, yes, I request each and every students, okay, to try to concentrate, because the last concept of the today's class is all about how to calculate the length. Okay, so the name itself tells here what do you mean by the length means. The length of the dictionary means what? Okay, it will clearly gonna be specifying you that how many items are gonna be present in the dictionaries. Okay, now the question arises here is that some students might be asking the question here is that, sir, suppose if I will be repeating the elements n number of times, at that time whether that element is going to be considered for the calculating the length. Okay, yes, if the elements, okay, of the dictionaries are going to be repeated. Okay, so for calculating the length of the dictionaries, okay, so for calculating the length of the dictionaries, okay, we are not going to consider the repetitive elements. Okay, so here you can notice here in this particular example that here I have specified this dict. Okay, and then here brand, fold, model, Mustang, year purposefully I have used this particular key value twice in this dictionary, that is year and then year. Okay, so two times I have specified here, and then I will be printing, that is len of, len means what? Okay, so len corresponds to what? Len corresponds to the length. Length of what? Length of the dictionaries. So the length of the dictionaries will give you what? Okay, so the length of the dictionaries will give you how many number of key elements are going to be present, how many number of values are going to be present in the dictionaries. Here you can notice that brand, model, and then the year. Okay, so these are all the three key elements are going to be present in the dictionary. So that's why you will be getting the output as that is, okay, three itself. Okay, now we will be practically implementing, okay, this particular concept now. Okay, so how to calculate the length. Okay, so now I request each and every student, okay, so try to concentrate. Okay, so we will be practically implementing now how to calculate the length. Okay, so here print, then I will be specifying here, that is here the len. Okay, so here len of what? Len of, that is here the Adi Shankara. Okay, so here what uh, you need to see here means I will be committing. Okay, that is here you can notice that here in this particular output you will be getting the output as that is the 2 year. Okay, what does this 2 corresponds to? Okay, so this 2 corresponds to the length of what? The elements that are going to be present in the Adi Shankara. So in the Adi Shankara, okay, that is the dictionary. I have already specified the two elements, right? One is the name, and then the another one is the roll number. So that's why you will be getting the output as that is the 2 here. Okay, so this is what is the how to calculate the length, okay, of the dictionaries using the len function. Okay, now, so in the next class, okay, we will be having a discussion, okay, that is regarding the further concepts. Okay, so in the next class we will be having a discussion that is regarding the, okay, so what are all the different types of the operations that we can able to perform on the dictionaries and all. Okay, now just a quick recap of the today's class. Okay, so in the today's class we had a discussion that is regarding the what do you mean by the Python dictionaries. Okay, we had a discussion that is what do you mean by the Python dictionaries, and then how the dictionaries are going to be specified, what is the definition of the dictionaries, and then what type of a version of the Python, okay, will tell you that the dictionaries are ordered and then the dictionaries are unordered. Okay, and then even we had a look seen, that is we had seen how to declare the dictionaries with an example, and how to access the elements or the items of the dictionaries we had seen. Okay, and what happens if we use the duplicate, okay, whether the duplicates will be allowed by the dictionaries, and all that's what we had seen, duplicates will not be allowed. Okay, so here I will be specifying here, right? So here, even though I will be printing here, print this, that this this is the dictionary name. You can notice in this slide that, okay, so no value, okay, no key element is going to be repeated, brand, model, and then the year, even though I have specified here year two times, right? And then we had seen whether it is ordered element or not. And then the last concept what we saw in this today's class here, how to calculate the length of the dictionaries using the len function. Okay, so here that's it for this the today's class.